Hi my little science seekers, and welcome to the newest episode of Totem Tuesday. I did not post last week because it was Christmas and I decided to take some time to be present, and I hope all of you did that as well. Here we are, back at it again. I have an entire list of animals that are coming to you soon, and I am so excited about them because there is so much that we can learn from these amazing and unique creatures that share this beautiful blue planet with us. And I feel like personally that there is so much that we can learn from each and every one of them that, I mean, this video can never cover everything about ostrich and how amazing of an animal it is. And I know I say that every week, but that's how I really feel when I work with these animals. I feel like I really know them, and I'm excited to share it with you. So I hope that you guys get as much benefit from this, and I hope you're able to apply it to your own life and not just learn about the animal, but to learn the ways in which you and the animal can relate. So yeah, without further ado, I would like to talk first about how I receive signs, or how these animals come to me, especially an animal like the ostrich, which is not native to America. So the chances of me seeing one are not that great, right? This bird had its own way of coming into my life. I don't know if you guys have any fears about things that just make you feel like what would you do if it actually happened to you? Well, I was doing this with the ostrich one night, not being able to sleep, and I just kept seeing in my head this ostrich like in front of me, and it was so terrifying. I'm like, would I run? Because it's like, I don't think I can outrun an ostrich, and now I know that I could never do it. So yeah, I never actually did find out what I would do, because I was like, just push it out of my mind and hope that it never happens. And the next day I'm at work and this couple comes in with this flyer, and right away I notice, what other animal is it? But it's not just one ostrich, but two ostriches. Yeah, he ended up doing a pop-up show and I was able to go to it. Pretty incredible. I'm gonna put a link to his Instagram below, so if you guys want to check him out, go for it. Anyway, then I completely forget about the ostrich, and I'm sitting at my table, actually the table right behind me, and I have this bag with paint in it, and there's like paint on the plastic bag. Yep, if you guys can see it, it is a ostrich. Tell me that does not look like an ostrich to you. Yes. So I was like, okay, I hear you. What do you want to tell me? So here we go. Story time is over. Let's get into what the ostrich wanted to talk to me about so bad and why it is now here on your screen. Okay, so first I want to say, as you guys know, I like to always kind of look at the elements of the animal to kind of find out which realm the animal operates in. Because, you know, if you're dealing with, like I said before, if you're dealing with sharks, you're going to be dealing with the emotional realm, you know, and how you tackle goals emotionally. And if you're dealing with a bat, you're going to be, well, not only in darkness, so, you know, there's that, but then there's also air, because it flies. So an ostrich, even though it does not fly, it is still going to be air and earth, and I'm going to explain why. An ostrich, you see, does not fly, but it does kind of. It kind of like ground flies. An ostrich runs at 43 miles per hour. In order for it to maintain that kind of speed with such a light body, it actually has to increase its wings, and it uses its wings to kind of direct it. So it can make a sharp turn if it needs to, or if it needs to just spin around and kick something, it can do that with its wings. So it does still use the air and maneuver it to go, but it is a land animal. It buries its eggs in the sand. It's, you know, it has really strong legs that can run faster than a horse. I mean, so it's very much of the earth too. So we're talking about a creature that is of the mental realm and also the physical realm. So we're talking about bringing thoughts into reality. So the ostrich is going to help you with being able to do that. The ostrich is also very strategic. It is a very strategic animal. If you're working with it, you are going to get this kind of like, I need to learn how to do this, that I can do this, this, and that. And the ostrich can help you with that. I want to bring up the fact that there's this myth that the ostrich sticks its head in the sand. And a lot of times you'll see with a lot of other spirit animal blogs or vlogs, and there's nothing wrong with them bringing this up because, you know, maybe the people that saw it needed it. But I don't feel like it's fair to say that about ostrich because they don't stick their head in the sand when they are scared. The only time they ever stick their head in the sand is to check up on their eggs because they move them around constantly. What they do, however, is they will duck. So they'll duck their head if they see like a predator, and that's just a camouflage technique. It's easier for them if they tuck their head away to look like a bush. But people a lot of times will associate that with not wanting to see the truth or hiding away from your problems, and the ostrich is not about that at all. Like, the ostrich is about facing your problems head on and just making the best move. So if the ostrich's best move is to duck and hide, it's going to duck and hide. If its best move is to run, it's going to run. And if its best move is to fight back, it's going to fight back. But it's like, why would it run and get chased, you know, and like have to fight something when it can just hide and just wait for it to move? You know, it's like, I don't know. So the ostrich will help you kind of know what to do and which direction to take what you're trying to do, and like which is the best route to get to where you're going. Definitely, if you are working with ostrich, I hope you are using that because it can really help move you along in life in a good way. And something interesting about the ostrich is that the ostrich will hide from a predator, but if there is a nest, so if it has its eggs like nearby, it'll actually run. Even though it could duck, it would actually rather have the predator run after it as far away from the nest as possible to keep the eggs protected. So this trait alone shows like what a fierce and bold and brave animal it is, because it is willing to risk everything to protect the things that it cares about. So for you, if you have a project or if you have a family or you have things that you just love, it's showing this ability to do whatever it is you have to do to maintain those things. So if a lion is hunting nearby, instead of hiding, the ostrich will have it chase it, you know, and it will turn and fight that lion, and it can kill a lion. An ostrich can kill a lion. So we're talking about working with a very, you know, very fierce, very badass energy when working with the ostrich. So a huge thing to talk about with the ostrich is their mating dance. And if you have not seen an ostrich do a mating dance, then I would suggest that the moment this video is over to YouTube ostrich mating dance and just try and find, I mean, look at like a couple different ones, because obviously ostriches don't do the same exact thing every time, or at least it's not caught on camera that way, but it is one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen in my life. And it's like very symbolic, and it's a nice ritual that they have where, you know, like the males kind of like do this. This is what it looks like, but it's like this, and then like their necks are all going like this the whole time, and it's just like this crazy dance. And then if the girl likes it, she just kind of like does like, I don't know, okay, all right, but like a, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, and then she goes into like a circle around him as he's doing this, like, you know, dance, and you know, and then they do it. But it's really fascinating when you're talking about it as a totem animal and like what this means for you, because this means so many things. It's everything in your life becomes very symbolic. It's not just happening to happen. It's saying that the situations and the things that start coming in, those things are there to teach you something. They're there for a reason. Don't overlook the little signs and the little details when you're working with ostrich medicine, because it's there for a reason. There are probably things in your life that are really trying to grab your attention too. I'm talking about like, they're like, look at me, like, how do you not see me? I'm right here. Another thing though with relationships is it will definitely ask you to increase your expectations of people. Literally, if they're not doing the dance for you, why waste your time? If people aren't showing up, like your core values and your core beliefs in what a relationship should look like and what kind of person you should be with, you know, if they're not kind of meeting those standards, Ostrich can kind of be coming around to be like, hey, what kind of dance do you need to see for somebody to court you? And I think just even being open to that might end up having the universe bring you better potential partners than before. Because it's not only just the mating dance that the two of them do together, but we're also talking about, you know, the females are this light sand color and the males are like this black color. So we get like a lot of the yin yang with them. And there's the woman hen who is like the lead hen, you know, and then there's like all these other females and they all put the eggs in the same nest as hers. And then she sits on or protects the eggs during the daytime, and then the male who's all black comes in and protects them at night. So they both blend in with the surroundings. Ostriches are great at kind of merging what they have with what's around them and utilizing their resources to the maximum. Like that, like they have strong legs, so yeah, it's like they're gonna kick you. If he's like the darker one, he's gonna protect them at night, and also he's the stronger one, so he can protect them against the night creatures that mainly hunt eggs. So, you know, they have a system in place, which is why they are so mental. Like the ostrich works with the air energy, and not just air energy, but really like those eggs are like, what do you care about? Like how, like, can you best utilize everything that you have around you to make sure that these come to fruition, you know, and hatch. All right, and so as you guys know, I do the tarot cards for the animal, and the ones that really pop out to me that represent the animal. For the ostrich gets the Magician card, which is all about taking the ether and bringing it down. So this is using your wits, using your resources, using your manifestation, your energy, everything that you need to bring into fruition what you want out of life. And then another one is the Temperance. Why did I choose Temperance? Well, I also feel like it's the Lovers as well. So the Lovers card and the Temperance card, they're kind of close in the way that the ostrich uses them. The reason though I did this one is because the ostrich's ability to really pull things from the ether down to help it. And, you know, and it's also this temperance of like the masculine and feminine and the way that they utilize their resources to work with each other, and which is why the Lovers card will also work for them, because I mean it is so symbolic. The males are so important to their community. So, but yeah, this is kind of the blending of that, like above and so below. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Totem Tuesday. That's all I have for you on the ostrich. I am really excited about some of the animals that we have coming up. There are some very unique animals that I don't think anybody's done any totems on, so there is that to look forward to. So definitely hit that subscribe button, and then also keep an eye out for Fridays coming up after the 1st. We are going to start doing something called Cacao Time, and that's where I go over basic life lessons that you learn along your spiritual journey and awakening, and then also has more information on how you can learn the signs and synchronicities in your own life so you can continue your evolution towards your highest potential. Check out the link below for the blog where you can get all, I think it's over here. Is it over here? Probably, huh? Totem Tuesday information on each animal. There's actually even more information in the blogs than there are on the videos, so check that out. All right, you guys, until next week. Actually, a very